Morning, people. Bit further away today. I put my phone a little bit further back to rest it against something so I don't have to hold it. And I've got all this stuff going on behind me. Like my a few things. The office I'm in, there's a window up there, but then it's way up there. There's physically no way of, you'd have to be 10 feet tall to be able to reach it. So got my little things behind me. You can see, probably seen a few times, just wonder what they are, but that's what they are. They're for opening and closing windows and dusting the. I don't know, it's not really a skylight, it's like a long tunnel. By the way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because I sometimes say it, sometimes don't. My mind, it's very forgetful. My hair's a bit kind of like bed hair today, and that's kind of like me in general. I've got like what they call, it's not really business because it's a hoodie party, and but basically I've got pajama bottoms on because I haven't been bothered to change change them yet. I just changed my top, partly because you're going to share more information you need. I don't wear a top at night. I just wear pajama bottoms. Share too much. There you go. Start as you go to carry on. No, that makes sense. Yeah, so this week I've been actually and talking about the Bitcoin mining. I need to change. I said it last week. I think I need to change the pool. It's been about 32 days on this pool now, and I've just been getting very low numbers. So I'm thinking I might change the pool. I might go back to Bitcoin Cash as well. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I need to change the pool on that. So that's the kind of the. Oh, let me put this a bit. There we go. That's a bit faster. It was resting on my keyboard cable. So yeah, I need to kind of change that and maybe do a bit more on that. Maybe do a short say, look, this is 32 days, 33 days where it is now, and it's still not got anything other than about 100 mega hash. I think it was just over. Last time I got into the gear hashes, it was a while ago. That's the Bitcoin stuff out of the way. I've been doing a lot of Android this week, and I'm actually doing a Udemy course to get up to speed on Kotlin. I think I might have said that before. I'm very slow at doing these things. I have so many things going on. I'll maybe do like one lesson a day or two lessons a day. It'd be nice to try and get a bunch of lessons a day and get them all sorted. At the moment, it's on variables. The thing is, a lot of these, as I've been a developer so long, I know what a variable is. I know what an immutable and that type of stuff where basically it's a static. I always think of it as a static because come up through C, and so it takes me time also because of the interest level of like going through the old stuff. I want to get through it quicker to get to the fast stuff, but then I have so many things going on I don't get around to it. But anyway, I've been doing some. Oh look, I wonder what that was. See on my other chair. See that there? That big black thing. I wonder what it was for a second. It's the. I'm on my Secret Life Titan chair, which I've had for about 4 years now, and it's still going strong. Apart from the arm, I had to order another arm for it, but it's taking months to come. Got off onto a tangent. Anyway, so I've been doing a lot of Android stuff, and the thing is, as I said before, using like Claude Code, etc., or Gemini, it does a lot for you. But I do find that I learn quite a lot when I'm doing that as well. Although sometimes it produces these massive files of code when you do something complex, and it's just, if you've not done it yourself, when it's that amount of code, it's like when you're trying to fix a bug in a system that you've not worked on. It takes a long time to kind of figure out what's going on, and I think the personal touch developer, I do find sometimes it's a little bit easier to follow through than when something like Claude builds some code, because it does it very very non-human in that it doesn't think about adding nice comments and making things readable, if you see what I mean. It's very just like a chunk of code, very workable, usable code, very good in some cases, but still not very easy to follow through. So even though you learn a lot, you kind of given these massive chunks of code, I think there's a lot here. What's going on? But anyway, yeah. So one of the things I've done more recently, although I've done a couple of, I've had it help me do a couple of very basic games from like I used to love from the past, like Defender, for example. I'm trying to know a version of Defender. It called it Neon Defender or something. Anyway, years ago, going back a bit of history stuff here now. Years ago, probably about 16 years ago now, I interviewed at a company that did a customer management system, and why it sticks in my mind, it was the first company, and we're going back, and this was about 2010-ish, maybe slightly before, maybe slightly after, but around 2010. Yeah. The reason it sticks in my mind is they were the first company I ever interviewed at that did the majority of it working from home. So you only had to go into the office one day. I can't think it was one day a week or one day a fortnight. And the whole reasoning is they actually rented a small room off another company, so they only had enough room in there for about 3 or 4 people. The owner lived over the road from it, so he was always in there, and a couple of other people. So each of the developers, about 5 developers, spent a day there. I think it's every 2 weeks. But anyway, so that's why it sticks in my mind. But they did this customer relationship management software, CRM software, and it was. I remember they said it was written in Visual Basic.net. This is going to how long ago when that probably was more popular. Although at the time it actually it wasn't even Visual Basic.net. It was pre.net, but it was still using. It was all API calls and ASP. That's what I was trying to think of. Not the .NET, but the original ASP. And so, but I've looked at it from time to time over the years to see how it's progressed. It's progressed quite a lot now, and I presume they've changed that now to be both .NET, if they've not gone on to something like Java and Spring Boot, but probably still .NET, I presume. But maybe they've moved it into the newer languages, either newer Visual Basic or even gone sort of the .NET sort of where they've you can code in most languages in .NET and it produces the final output independent. I can't remember the name of the actual. Is it I something? I can't remember what it is now. It's slipped my mind. But anyway, I'm digressing into some part that I don't really need to go into anyway. So yeah, so I've over the years I've also thought it would be nice just to kind of because I like the idea of that kind of tool, and especially where I've looked at things in from a business perspective. Thought would it be good to create a business like doing some sort of development, and I've actually done a couple of very small but never kind of released ones where I've it's really been playing around because I've never gone into too much detail in gathering all the parts I think you need. So the other day I thought to myself, let's ask Claude to what we would need, what we would do, what we could create to do one for Android. So I did, and I then did a few days of working on it, and I kind of just put it into the Android store for review. So let's see how that comes out. But I wanted to create just a very basic CRM that if you're a small business owner and you either sell something or you sell a service. And I haven't really fully tested the other part, which was a custom one, because I only wanted to do it. My mind is always like sales or services. But yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I've done over the last few days. Not just the last few days. This few days this week. And yeah, so that's the next thing in the Android. I'm trying to kind of. I think I might have said before, I'm trying to do what I saw someone say they'd done, where they'd released 28 very basic apps, and then the ones that become popular, they've gone back to and enhanced. And so I thought, let's try that. Although I still need to figure out the advertising part. I'm not too sure that, so maybe I'll attach that below. I don't know. It's got to go for review yet, so it's probably a few days before it even comes live on the system. But yeah, that's this week. I'm still doing some more Android stuff, and I know it's kind of maybe a boring office kind of vlog, but yeah, I don't know if you're interested. But yeah, it's Gemini, Claude Code, and yourself, i.e. me, can produce some great stuff. One of these days I might take one of those apps and say to Claude, now produce me an iOS version and see how well it does on the iPad. Right, I'm done. I'm going to go now. I need to get some work done. So I will catch you next week. Bye for now.